Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. It's another day where Bitcoin is down and XRP is up. XRP is only up a little bit, but hey, I'll take that on a day where Bitcoin is down close to 3%. The fact that XRP is up now 0.63%, and it was actually up even higher today, I'll show you in a second. Yeah, I will continue to be thrilled about that because it's just more. We've seen this for months on end now. XRP showing tremendous strength compared to other coins in the market. I'm going to share with you perspective from and commentary analysis from 9 different XRP chart analysts, and what you will see is that all of them are confident that the best is yet ahead. Something could be happening sooner than later, but regardless of the timing of this all, the most probable thing to occur is just history rhyming with itself. And yes, that does mean XRP hitting yet another new all-time high and finally doing the thing we've all been waiting for years and years and years now, finally entering price discovery. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it is 6:45 p.m. Central Time, Thursday, March 13th, 2025. XRP is $2.24, but it has a 24-hour high of $2.35. And at the time that XRP was climbing up, and yes, it's come back a little bit down since then, Bitcoin was just sliding down the whole time. Look, if you've been here for several years, then you know that normally, and this is kind of the joke, it has been the joke for years within the community, when Bitcoin goes down, the whole market does, including Bitcoin, but then when the market recovers, XRP just moves sideways or goes up a tiny bit, not recovering the ground that it lost. Like that was the joke. People would always joke about that, and it was true that for years XRP was moving sideways and down, but there are a lot of reasons for that. Of course, there's the SEC attack. There's also historic precedent for XRP, only popping up tremendously at very rare moments, and we've seen that history is still rhyming with itself on that attribute. That's for damn sure. Anyway, I'm just saying it's fantastic to see this. This is different. Now the market goes down or sideways, and yeah, XRP will still move in tandem with the rest of the market. But what about the regular outperformance? Even if to just not crazy high degrees, what about that? That's not what you've come to expect from XRP over the last few years, right? But here we are. It's the market catching up. The market's playing catch up for being artificially suppressed for several years, and people are figuring it out, finally. Here's a post from Charlie Bolello. He is the chief market strategist at Creative Planning. He shared this with his 636,000 followers on X, and he's talking about the S&P 500, but I'm starting the video by covering this because, frankly, the crypto asset class and the stock market, they just move in tandem. And it's easy to understand why. It's because they're risk on assets. When speculators have an appetite to take on risk with the hope of getting great rewards from it, they're gonna apply that risk to not just the stock markets, but also to the crypto asset class. It's a question of to what degree, and then obviously there's many ways in which they're treated differently in terms of volatility, so on and so forth. But you'd expect that. Compared to the stock market, the crypto asset class is in its nascency, unquestionably. And since there's so much less money in the crypto asset class and it's trading 24/7, yeah, you're going to get some more extreme volatility. That's for damn sure. It's on a global scale, yes. So anyway, he shared this post, though, and he wrote, the S&P 500 fell 1.4% today. And by the way, I just got to pause and note, that's a very negative day in traditional finance. I know that happens in like 2 seconds in the world of crypto, and we're very accustomed to that. We're numb to that. 1.4%, what do you mean? That's like from second to second it changes. That's a big deal in the S&P 500. So again, it fell 1.4% today, the 10th daily decline in 2025 with a loss above 1%. Last year at this point, we had only 3 large down days, which was abnormally low. The average year since 1928 has 29 large declines. This is the price of admission. And so I highlight this to point out this type of thing is normal. Nobody knows for sure exactly what's going to happen, but those who hold end up being the winners. Those are the people, because it's just having exposure when the stuff happens. You don't know when the big moves are going to happen for sure. And I'm just telling you that seeing stuff like this in the stock market and in crypto, it's historically very normal. Doesn't make sense to freak out, but I know that people do. That's the reason I'm taking a moment to highlight this. But if you're an XRP holder, you should be feeling pretty damn good right now, right? Here's a post from chart analyst Crypto Wizard. XRP is hanging out. Only a matter of time. Even after all the panic, XRP is maintaining a smaller range and gathering liquidity for the future. This is constructive. Patience pays. Okay, so he's correct. And you'll continue to find that the analysts that have been around for more than 5 seconds continue to maintain optimism because that's what makes logical sense. Although no one can guarantee you anything, we're talking about probability of outcome, and history tends to rhyme with itself. We also know on the whole that the stock market just keeps getting bigger, the pie gets bigger, and the crypto asset class, that pie just keeps getting bigger. And so while the, what's the cap here for the asset class? 2.6 trillion. So we're down to 2.6 trillion. That's going to be in tens of trillions of dollars in the future, and people are freaking out, and they'll wish that they were you. A decade from now, people are going to wish that they were you and that they knew about crypto and that they were in it. And here, some people are crying about it at the moment. You just need some perspective here. This is not a big, scary thing. Here's a post from Crypto Michael, still maintaining vigilance here. XRP USD chart on your screen. He simply said XRP is holding the support line. And he is one of the analysts that accurately called XRP breaking out, which did happen in November. Nothing has changed. We're just moving. Wait until we finally get that blow off top, that final oomph with the alt season. It'll make it all worth it. Here's a post from chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto, XRP USD chart. He says, show me the chart and I will tell you the news. A bigger move is coming until it hits the oversold level in the cycle. Now, he corrected himself. He did write oversold level. He meant to write overbought. So what he meant to say is a bigger move is coming until it hits the overbought level in this cycle. So he's saying eventually, and you can look at use the relative strength index to kind of gauge where you are in terms of that metric. But you understand, like, you can persist in overbought territory for a long time. There will be a peak, but just the higher it goes, the riskier it gets to continue holding, because eventually you're going to get up there and you are going to see reversal. But the point is, we're not there yet. We haven't even had price discovery yet, and people are worried about it being over for XRP. Well, not me, I'll tell you that. I just keep seeing strength. And I don't think that this market's over. I don't think that this is going to be the first time in history where people don't care about distributing Bitcoin and the whales are just going to hold on forever. They're never going to take their profits. And then Bitcoin dominance doesn't go down for the first time. No. That would be, I understand that's a Bitcoin maxi's wet dream. That's not going to happen. The Bitcoin dominance is going to get absolutely devastated as money flows into altcoins. And then it'll increase again after that. Okay? Nothing's different. There's nothing to indicate humans are no longer going to do what humans do. There's been no fundamental shift. That can shift at some unknown point in the future, but you'd have to highlight reasons as to why that would occur, or else it doesn't make sense to believe that you're going to get some substantially different outcome. Here's a post from chart analyst Dom, XRP update, showing some relative strength here as bulls flipped $2.20 and are making an attempt back to mid-range. This was done without Bitcoin, which is impressive strength. We want to see Bitcoin bounce back or stabilize to see this continue to mid-range. Yeah, so that was this morning at 9:42 a.m. We know that move for XRP, although like I cited at the outset, impressive, we did see it move back down. But what was another qualifier here, according to Dom? Well, you need to see Bitcoin bounce back, which it sure as hell has not at this point. But the asset class does move in tandem. It's just a question of degree for individual coins. But still, that's cool as hell to see. As an XRP holder who's been here as long as I have, that I just love to see. That is not the norm. XRP showing the strength, not the norm. Here's a post from chart analyst Dom, also from, this is just this morning, XRP ETH update. This one's always fascinating to me because I stand firm on my belief that XRP is going to completely decimate not just Bitcoin, but also Ethereum this market cycle. So here you got the XRP ETH pair, and I can make this full screen for a second here. Said, XRP is currently attempting a full break of the last major resistance against Ethereum until literal air. Next day or so is going to be very interesting. Okay, and I keep seeing a number of analysts talk about that. I've actually got a little bit more on that later in the video, but it's fascinating, isn't it? Now, somebody named Mark had a question for Dom. He said, Dom, is it possible to explain what you mean? What resistance are you referring to? Are we almost at the point where the market caps are the same, or XRP flips Ethereum and that's the resistance? Just trying to learn. And Dom said, yes. Check the first post in this thread. Historically speaking, anytime XRP fully flipped this level, it has went parabolic. It's looked at as a liquidity void where major resistance has not been established. Yeah, that's why this is a big deal. And I highlighted this in the video yesterday too. And tons of analysts at this point they're just increasingly talking about the XRP ETH pair because it's fascinating. I mean, when this thing goes, there's a reason he's highlighting this. Like, he's literally stating here, historically speaking, anytime XRP has flipped this level, it has went parabolic. So when XRP breaks that key level against Ethereum, historically, every single time, it's gone rocketing upwards. You can imagine what that means for XRP when denominated in USD. Here's a post from Trade Analyst Greg Crypto. XRP 3-day time frame. XRP is currently caught between the EMA and the Fib 0.888 level. We need to close this 3-day candle above Fib.888, which is $2.23. Closing above the EMA would be very bullish. We've tapped into the equilibrium, but will we fill the total fair value gap at $1.50? Well, hopefully we don't go down that low. Most analysts pretty much, or maybe... I'm trying to think, do I follow any analysts that at this moment in time think it's even possible we could get that low? Apparently Greg seems to think it's possible, and I'm thinking out loud here, because there had been some in recent weeks that had played with the idea but said it's incredibly unlikely. I really haven't seen anybody talk about that level recently, so I mean, I'll just say this: if the entire market starts tanking even further, like nothing's off the table, it's just like a question of probability. So I certainly wouldn't say it's impossible, but I don't really see anybody really talking about it a whole lot, so probably not the most likely thing at this point, but we'll see. Either way, like, XRP's here to stay. It's one of the very early winners in the crypto space. It couldn't be more obvious. Here's a post from Crypto Tony, XRP USD update. Sideways and still looking good. I remain long. And that's pretty much all he's been saying about this, but I highlight it still just to point out the analysts that have been here forever, like Tony, who has 512,000 followers now. He's been here a long freaking time. He's just like, yeah, okay, well, here's the update. No real updates, just moving sideways. And he's totally chill about it. That's how people who have been here for a while respond to this stuff. They're used to it. They've seen it. It's easier to believe once you've experienced it. Like, I can spew the data at you, and actually I'm probably going to do that in another upcoming video. Like, it's going to be really interesting stuff that should calm people's nerves. But as useful as that can be and is, there's just something about living through it yourself that makes it feel more real, and it makes you believe it more. So I can show you the data and be like, this is what happens, this is reality, it's not disputed. But you living through it, it does something to just make it more believable for some reason in people. Here's a post from Nick, Crypto Crusader. At this point, XRP will flip Ethereum without even pumping. That one made me laugh. Now, hopefully, he doesn't literally think that's what's going to happen here, because that would mean XRP stays the same price against the dollar. Ethereum falls against the dollar, which means that XRP goes up substantially against Ethereum. That would be sad. If XRP flips Ethereum while XRP stays the same price against the dollar... I mean, it would be funny, but not very good. Like, I would rather it be because the market's pumping and XRP is just outperforming me. But hey, I mean, Ethereum's not doing well. But like I kept saying throughout 2024 for XRP, markets find bottoms. It's the same concept here for Ethereum. Here's a post from Bobby A, chart analyst. He says, in my opinion, XRP will outperform both Bitcoin and Ethereum immensely during this next move to the upside. Study higher time frame XRP dominance and XRP ETH and XRP BTC pairs. Then study Bitcoin USD and ETH USD higher time frame. Yeah, so I believe he's right. I'm aware of everything that has historically happened here with those pairs. And yes, there are lots of reasons that I firmly agree that is by a lot the most probable outcome. We're just not done yet. We have to wait a little bit longer. I mean, think about it. You had to wait pretty much all of 2024 with not a lot of exciting stuff for XRP. So you had to go through that, but then if you had exposure and you didn't panic sell or get bored and sell before November, you got rewarded, right? Okay, so we're in another phase. We're waiting for the next leg up, and either you're going to have exposure when it happens or not, but it's going to happen. That's what I believe. Here's a post from Crypto Insight UK. XRP is showing significant strength relative to the market. If we first look at Bitcoin strength, we can see Bitcoin dominance on the 3-day is literally the highest it's been this cycle, meaning that Bitcoin's market share is the most it's been so far since April 2021. This directly shows altcoins across the board have the least dominance since 2021. However, and folks, 2021, you know what happened ultimately in 2021. We did have alt season. Anyway, he says, however, if we look at XRP dominance, we can in fact see that it is not only outperforming the majority, if not all altcoins, but it is also outperforming Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance. XRP dominance is at its highest level since 2020. To me, this shows significant strength. I expect fireworks when Bitcoin dominance starts to fall. Logically speaking, XRP should continue to show strength, and this should be amplified into Bitcoin's weakness whenever that may come. Right, and so I'll just point out, when we were in similar situations in previous cycles, people were speculating the same thing because we still had data prior to that. Now we had less data, we're further into the future now, but we had data still, like even last cycle, and the cycle before that. And so this is the type of thinking that analysts will go through with any number of coins. It works not just with XRP, of course, because history does tend to kind of rhyme with itself. If you're aware of what's happening with various pairs, you can draw conclusions about what's most probable based on what indeed has happened in the past. And so people have done that in previous cycles too, and then there's still going to be a bunch of naysayers because they emotionally feel things, but then time passes, and that's what's on your charts now. And we're just in another one of those moments where, yeah, fine, we don't know the future, but people are going to look back to this cycle and be like, yeah, but look, see, and then that lined up last cycle, and then the cycle before that, and the cycle before that. That's how this keeps going. It doesn't mean that every single metric will be exactly the same for every single attribute, but it does mean that you do tend to see that history is kind of rhyming with itself, which is the coolest damn thing on the entire planet. So suffice it to say, I think that the best is yet to come. Only a matter of time. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.